I see those beautiful, luscious locks. That means we are, in fact, live here, and we are covering the Title Tuesday. Title Tuesday here on Chess.com. I'm pretty excited to get into it. The nice thing about Title Tuesday this time is not only is it Chess 960, but it's also for a qualifier. I think that the top, at least that's how it was last time, top male, top female, get invited to the Isle of Man tournament, Chess.com's flagship event. So that's pretty cool as well. There's quite a lot on the line. But I'm in my comfortable place as a commentator, not as a player. I'm feeling very relaxed here. Don't have anything on the line for me. I just get to sit back, enjoy the games, and bring you guys the action. So this is where I'm most comfortable. No one can judge my bad play. You can only judge my bad commentary. So that's what I'm looking forward to. I get the front row seat. I got the chat windows open. So if you're in Chess TV chat, twitch.tv/chess, say hello. Don't be a stranger. I see a few people gathering already. Chess Guy, Last Cold, Naughty Ash. Hello. So this tournament almost has 200 people in it, which is quite exciting, quite nice. Yeah, almost 200 players. Starts in just over a minute. Audio a little low. Gus Kang, hello. I can turn on my mic a little bit for you, buddy. I can speak a little louder for you, Gus Kang. But I don't think I could keep that up the entire show. So I'll just turn the mic up. That'll probably be a bit better. I am playing for Canada this Olympiad. First, we should just say, these are the sort of the standings. Now, I think that the algorithm right now has it so that the people joining the tournament are there based on when they joined the tournament, and not by rating. So it's tough for me to say exactly who is in the tournament right now. So I'll let you guys know when we get into the first game. Then we'll have a better idea. But yes, this is Title Tuesday for June. This is going to be pretty exciting. Hope you're all ready. No? Wrong tournament? Not Title Tuesday? That's not Title Tuesday? It's Tuesday's big event, guys. All right. Thank you for the help, Chessbay. You almost had me commentate the entire wrong tournament. Wait a minute. How is that not it? Okay, so it's on right now, which is why I have to go to in progress tournaments. Oh, it's not 960. I was getting so excited. Here we go. Here's my tournament, and therefore I could say, here are the real players. Wait, so this is the Blitz Swiss? It's not even the big event? Oh, man. This is the undercard? So we got to give a shout out to Risas 1978, who won the big event for Tuesday. And then now we're going to commentate on kind of like the less important event where, 50 GMs are playing. It's not as exciting, but I hope you guys will stay tuned for this. I'll try to make it exciting here. We'll do the best we can. It's not the big event for Tuesday, but I think it might still be exciting. You do get to watch a bunch of GMs compete. I wasn't lying about the Isle of Man prizes, though. I definitely wasn't lying about that. Those are real prizes. This seems to be the. Let me get that straight off my screen there. Big event 960 arena. No. Not the big event. This is the big event of today. This is Dmitry Andreikin. He is the highest rated guy in the tournament. He's playing white right now. We have a lot of people playing. Eric is playing over on the Chessbrah account. I see just GM after GM. But welcome, welcome everyone. At least, you know, I didn't have the wrong overlay or anything. It's an easy fix. I just had to spectate the right tournament. But what do you guys think about White's chances here to actually come out of the gate with a strong win? I find this tournament very tough, and that you always get tough pairings. I mean, right off the start, we see here he might have to play Rook B8. Bishop A6 is what he might be considering, but I don't think it works. Yeah, so Rook B8, and then you run into Queen C4, King H8, Bishop takes D4 already, as that looks like a serious advantage to me. So King H8, Bishop D4. You can't play Rook F7 because of Bishop D5. There's no Bishop E6, so now I think Bishop takes D4, Queen takes D4, Queen takes, Pawn takes, and just Rook E1, Rook C1. And I think that we get the rooks down to the 7th rank, and with that strong pawn on H6, it wouldn't be surprising to me that this is just winning. I think this might just be over. Yeah, you take those double pawns, but how do you stop White from owning the 7th rank and the constant checkmate threats against Black's king? Obviously, Black is an underdog here, up against a very good player, but I think this might be strategically winning. If you can play Rook C1 and go there, sure. But otherwise, this king is just entombed there. I like the move F4, bring the king up the board like that. Very tough to get out of. There's always going to be a back rank issue here for Black. So probably Rook there. Because if Rook C1 now, he wants to say, okay, G5. And Rook takes H6. And this would actually solve a lot of Black's problems. So that's why I was interested in going Rook E1, which is what he's done, so that if G5, I can go and threaten checkmate. Yeah, and now F4 to stop this. Oof, this is going to be a bind here. This is going to be a very nasty bind. Welcome to anyone who's just joining. We just got underway with Title Tuesday. Wow, okay. He just blundered. That's a bit awkward. He played Rook F7 and he just took it, and there's checkmate coming here. So that was a very quick win by Dmitry Andreykin. Let's take a look at the game of Firouzja 2003, which, by the way, is the year that he was born. So I mean, this guy's way too young to be as strong as he is. But a lot of people know him. He's always online playing chess, especially Bullet. But we see he's got a 2950 Blitz rating, which is quite strong. Don't forget that this tournament is 3+2, so 3 minutes, 2 second increment. Lots of time here. Shouldn't be a lot of flagging. Firouzja has what? Rook for 2 pieces? Yeah, so it's actually 2 bishops here for White, and just a rook for Black. What are the pawns here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So rook and a pawn for 2 bishops. And the consolation is that this knight is not very good. And this pawn on e4 is pretty weak, and the king is a little bit open. But, oh, I see Firouzja's time. Or connection right beside his name. Member offline. Member offline. That's no good. That's no good. The scary thing for White is that if he comes back and he has even 10 seconds, he can probably still win. Because it's 3+2. Uh-oh. He came back. Members online. Oh no, run for the hills. The member is online. Knight G3. What a sick move. So if Knight F3, saying, hey, I just took your piece and now I'm getting away. Knight takes E4, wins the queen. He comes back from that. he comes back from member offline with a howitzer move. Hello, Shinobi. How are you? Yes, members only. Very clearly members only. Rook takes E5. The attack is being launched here. There's going to be... the pawn is also hanging there. Going to double the rooks. This is a scary position for White to be in. Very scary position. Not sure what to say here. Knight takes E4. So bishop takes, rook takes. It looks like black is better because the rook's double. This knight on a4 is no good. Well, even rook d8 now is looking scary. But okay, he goes with rook there. He just wants to play rook e2, and then queen f2 will lead to mate. Maybe you could play knight here, but I don't know. This looks pretty scary. Rook d4 actually is just game over now, I think. Oh no, rook d4. There's queen f2. No, there's not queen f2. I can just take it. So rook d4 looks like game over. Yeah, he's played it. Rook d4. Just a simple fork. That should be a win for Firouzja here. Okay, just take the queen. Yep. And that's over. Probably rook to the second rank. Threatening to bring the other rook down. Yeah, that's unfortunate. He fell for a little fork there at the end. Let's keep going. Take a look at some games here. We got Melkumyan from Armenia. He looks to be in probably a drawn endgame, but I have a feeling he's going to play something. Like, he can't get away with it just yet because queen b2, I think. Unless, actually, what he's going to do, he might bait queen b2 and play king c5. And if black takes there, he's going to start taking all these pawns. Yeah, so he wants to defend all his pawns with the queen, defending the two bases of the pawn chain, and then the pawns defend each other. And he's trying to use his king, but I just don't know if he can. Technically, this is a drawn position, but you can imagine, being a high-rated player, that Frant is going to try his best here with white to score win. 25 seconds ticking down. What's he going to go for here? What's he going to go for? F4. Okay. Okay. Yeah, queen b6. You just can't trade queens. That's the only thing. So what's he going to do, though? If queen here, is he really going there? I don't think so. Yeah, he's going back. Now he's got to bring the king back somewhere. I think this is going to be a draw. I just don't see a way to break through. I don't see a way to break through. Check. And the issue is you can't even block with your queen. So you just check here or check here. Yeah, and check on g2 again. Okay, you can check here if you want. Or, in my opinion, just leave the queen there and play f5 yourself. Start bringing your own king. But I'm discussing this as if black has to hold or something. But really, black might be playing for more of a win than white. It's just because white's higher rated. You know that he's initiating this. White does want to trade queens. What do you mean? Aardvark Pepper. I don't think there was a opportunity here where white could have traded queens. As you can see, white is offering the trade here, declined. Offering it here, declined. So white has been trying to trade queens the whole time. Declined again. But you can see white would love to trade queens here. Queen d5 looks good. Yeah. Black is really messing this up. You gotta play queen c7 here. Don't need to be giving this many chances. King e4, probably king d4. No, he's going there. Okay. King d4 now. King c4 gets the cross for the first time. Or king c5. Yeah, that wasn't part of the plan. No. You're not supposed to let this happen. I think he might get in trouble here. Now this pawn is protected, and he's going to give up this pawn on g3 to get that pawn on a5 any day. Any day. Okay, so queen a6 should probably be played. Yep, so you don't let the king go there. Check. Check, and then king c5. He's making progress here. Oh, now he lets this happen. No, yeah, I think he's losing now. So at the very least, you could try this. But he's going slower. So queen d8. He's only got 5 seconds. That's what you got to be careful of as white. You're pressing, but don't forget that time. Don't forget that time. Ooh, why didn't he take that? Was that a draw? I think he could have taken that pawn. Oh man. King G7, you gotta go. He's not taking that pawn. Oh my goodness, now he's losing. Yeah, now he's losing. What a game. What a game. This is why you teach your students to defend actively. Like if you're in a rook endgame, you'll always hear your coach say, you know, you can't defend passively in a rook endgame. It just doesn't work. Yeah, this is over. This was some of the most passive defense I have personally ever seen. Like, the endgame started a while back. And first of all, you know, here, it's black who has the upper hand. His queen is more active, attacking the pawn, and yet somehow it's white. Like, whoa, hang on, man. Why don't you bring the king out and why don't you show us your ability to win? Why not bring your king out? What are you worried about? This pawn is about to fall. So imagine this position right here turns into white actually activating, and you guys know what happened. Later on, he gets the win. That is just crazy. That comes from being a high-rated player and just putting that pressure on your opponent. That's all that is right there. Okay, I think most of the games are done. Okay, this might be one of the last games going. Okay, should be a draw. Should be a draw here. Yikers. Ooh, he wants rook a7, an actual threat. If you look at this FM 2600 Blitz from Iran, he's joining Fallujah. I mean, Iran's becoming a really dangerous chess country. You got all these. Their Olympiad team, by the way, the average age is like 15, which is completely insane. The average age is really a teenager to be on the Iran Olympiad team for chess. That's a scary thought. All right, I think, okay, this is the last game of the round, but white is drawing dead here. Is there a trick with... No, there's no trick because the bishop is the right color. So there's no trick about trading the queens and then making a draw. It's just over, I think. So somehow he has to avoid these checks. That's the only thing. Somehow he's got to avoid these checks. Queen c8. He's got to be doing a better job here. King b6. Yeah, there we go. Finally. And there we go here. And the king will be able to hide down here. So bishop c7, yeah. There, and probably king. I would go back, personally. But he's done it so that any check, we have a check of our own. And now you just got to find a way to check this guy and trade queens at the same time, or go for mate, which maybe is what he's doing. He wants to check here. White's not going to let that happen. Maybe a check there. Oh, he let it happen. That's over. He should have kept his king on the first two ranks, but it doesn't really matter. That's the last game. That's the last game. Halogen, you like my shirt? You're too kind, buddy. I like this shirt too. This is a fun shirt. I get a lot of compliments for this shirt. A lot of Americans think that it's some sort of American shirt, so they say nice things about me. But the fabric is also some sort of like, I don't know. It's very soft. It feels good, man. Everyone was waiting for that one to end. It finally has. We're moving on to round 2, guys. Let's take a look. Hey, let's take a look at this game because I haven't seen Nils Grandelius play in a Title Tuesday. Maybe ever? I don't know. Or certainly in a while. I'm not I'm not too familiar with seeing Nils here, and Nils is a super strong player. So I'm kind of excited to watch him, because he can hang with the best of them. Nils has some very, very good theory. Extremely talented player. Hello, BJH. Shout out to BJH in the chat. The Tetris World Champion plays better. 3 glasses of whiskey in. Is the same true of chess? I don't know. Because when I have whiskey when I'm playing chess, BJH, I have a lot more than 3 glasses. So I couldn't really tell you the effect of 3 glasses. I could only answer what sobriety does to you and what 8 or 9 glasses does. 3 is not a number I'm familiar with. So I'm going to have to answer that question at a later stage once I do some more field research. So I don't know what type of theory this is, but white is trying to get as many pawns as he can to the 5th rank. Legend has it, if he gets all 8 of them to the 5th rank, then black just resigns. So maybe that's the type of theory that he's going for here. I don't know. Strange stuff. We can see the threat. Bishop to f4 with knight c7 coming. I always trust Nils. When I see Nils with a position that I've never seen before, I always assume that it's either theory or it's his prep, or like he knows what he's doing. Because as you can see, it's not like he's playing, you know, a whatever opening. They're playing mainline Caro-Kann advance. And he seems to be quite comfortable here. Agreed, Halvard. I was just saying a bunch of nice things about Nils. I think he is very strong. So what's going to happen here? Wouldn't be surprised if like some crazy move like b4 was thrown in. What do we do about queen c5 though? That's the issue. Queen c5. Yeah, that's a thing. That's why I was thinking about the move b4. Try to invite the knight there. Go for some complications. So I was thinking of something like this. Knight takes b4, knight takes a7, and then if king here, or if king there, then I had this interesting move. You know, trying to win the queen. And if the king goes to d7, well, I didn't get that far yet. But, for example, this looks like a good move. Takes with check, bring the knight there, guarding against this, attacking the bishop, planning bishop b5, which, by the way, might even lead to checkmate. That king is running out of squares. So that looks like a pretty interesting try for Blitz. But he's gone bishop f4 and knight g3. So he's defending this with the bishop. He's bringing the knight out with tempo. It does cost him a pawn, and if the pawn's going to d3 next, I'm losing faith, honestly, in this line. I'm losing faith in this because d3 keeps that bishop cemented on c2. I was a lot more of a fan of what I was suggesting. Some crazy move like b4. But I hadn't calculated it, to be fair. So this could simply be losing. d3 was one move I didn't consider because it attacks 2 things here. I was hoping to rely on a move like bishop f4. But again, this is, you know, these are calculations that you have to be careful of. Got to get them right. Something like takes, takes, takes. If I take here, you can throw in this move with check. As you can see, pretty complicated stuff. Not sure that Nils necessarily wanted to go into that. So he chose what was actually a safer option. I say safer, and then here we are looking at this crazy position. Maybe queen g4 can be played, just because it's with a check. He decides to take it. Yeah, the thing about this is, okay, if rook takes, yeah, he's not going to go it, but if rook takes, white has queen takes. And this would win material here, I think. I think he got a pawn in that exchange. He got the d pawn back. He's still down a pawn, but there's knight takes a7. Black is extremely undeveloped here. I'm really happy I clicked on this game, by the way. This looks like a very exciting one. So what's he planning here? I think he miscalculated potentially because bishop d3 lost a piece currently. And knight a7, there's king up, so I don't know what he's gonna do here. If he had the d file covered, hey, knight takes a7 would be checkmate. Yep, he's just down a piece, guys. The only consolation he has is that black is not developed yet. Like, look at these pieces. That doesn't make a good impression. And black has this bishop hanging. So, if bishop goes here, there's b3, there's a4. If bishop goes there, there might be rook h4. Might bring the rook down, try to take advantage of this. So it's not over yet. It is not over yet. What am I drinking? I'm just drinking Red Bull. Got the blueberry edition. Tasty. Blueberry edition. Blueberry edition. Rook h4. What are we going to get here? Probably something like h6, I don't know, rook a7. It all looks pretty good. Pretty good as compensation, I should say. Let's not understate the fact that I am down a piece here, a full piece. I'm very interested in a move like bishop d6. Yep, that's been played. Bishop d6, yes, threatening to take with check. Knight e2, now this bishop's kind of in trouble, and rook a8 is a bit of a threat. Hey, was that underestimated here by black? I think he just got himself in trouble a little bit. I think the real issue was that he just listened to me. I think the real issue was that he just listened to me. And that's why he seemed to be losing some material there. Never trust the commentator's move. Bishop b8, rook d8. So he lost the piece there, and then he uncorked bishop g3. Finding that, and with the time that he had, I'm extremely impressed. Yikes. Wow, that's really, really well played, to be honest with you. Okay, knight d5, so we're losing that pawn, but that's fine. He wants to take the bishop. a2 is hanging, rook h1 is coming. I think this one is over. Yep, I think just check now, and then check, and you win that bishop. Game over. I think he's going to resign here. Yes. Wow, that was a fun game. I'm glad I clicked on that. Let's take a look at the fan fave. This is Finn's. John Bartholomew here. He's playing white, and he's got what looks to be a winning position. Look at that time, though. Holy smokes. Very, very low time. He's losing pawn after pawn. Got to be careful here. I don't know if these guys are moving or not. Got to get him moving. Okay. That pawn's coming to f4. King g6. Queen d6. Yeah. Maybe queen f6 here? No. They might have a draw here. I'm not sure. I would be pretty scared as white, but I love John's move that he just played. Rook c1 is very strong. He realized there's no threat to his king for the moment, and that one moment is very important. This is what he's planning. King g6, king h5, king h4. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This could be bad for John. I'm not sure that he calculated this. Oh, no, I think he's lost. That's mate. Yeah, that's mate. I don't think John calculated the king running. Yikes. With low time, that is a really tough thing to face. Rook c1 looks like a great move. But queen f2, the thing is, after rook check, you just can't afford to take this pawn because this king is so strong on h4. You almost have to play this. It's the only move. It's the only move. Low time as always, but this wasn't really, low time or time trouble for John. This was just mutual time pressure because we're getting to the point where basically all the games are down to the wire. All right. Comedy of Errors against Firouzja. And Firouzja looks to be winning this. Let's see what happened. That pawn looks like it should be the winner. And this is the current position? Yeah. No, this should be winning. So queen d5. Yeah. King g4. Maybe king f2. Sure. And at this point, you can almost play whatever you want. There we go. Queen c2 is nice. Now probably king there. Threatening queen f2. So e4, queen f2. Yeah, well, queen f2 is game over. Take that rook. Okay. Let's see. Who else is playing here? We've got a lot of Grandmaster games to take a look at. Hard to even pick. Oh, let's go here. I think Beck 04 is Nordabek Abdusatorov from... Wait, what? Okay, this is a bit awkward. I was about to be like, yeah, there's just a wonder kid, the youngest, you know, grandmaster in the world currently. Everybody come check him out. And then it's like, no, you just lost. Sorry, buddy. I didn't mean to tune in like right as you had to resign. But yeah, it looks like he just lost in an upset. Anahita Golami, who sounds like the potential sister of, I can't remember his name, but there's another player from Iran. He might be a GM or an IM at least. His last name's Golami, so might even be his sister. Chess playing family potentially. But yeah, big upset here. Wow. And if I'm not mistaken, there are not only are there some female prizes in this tournament, but the trip to Isle of Man, I'm pretty sure it's top male, top female. But someone can correct me on that if I'm wrong. They do have some special prizes here to win a trip to play in the Isle of Man tournament. Potential sister? Yeah, I didn't know what type of phrasing to use. I don't know if they are related. It's possible they just have the same last name. That might be a very common Iranian name, so I wasn't sure. That's why I said potential sister. You never know. Or at least I never know. Where's the techno music? Yeah, it's not a Chessbrah stream, so I've got my music off, just full commentary, focus mode. But the Chessbrah stream is still live right now. Eric is streaming his perspective of the tournament, so if you are interested in techno music, you can probably find it on the Chessbrah channel right now. There we go. ChessBase got the confirmation. But yeah, I was pretty sure it's best male, best female. So we might have stumbled upon one of the best games here. So check, obviously, rook over, and then he'll bring the king up next. The reason I say we stumbled on one of the best games is just because it's going to be rook and bishop against king. I like rook here, followed by rook there. That looks like a good way to force him to the last rank. I like rook there. Yeah, I think rook there is still a good move. Yeah, so king here, then king back. Yeah, and then king there, we check, and there's no escaping up the board, so he has to go down. So check, king down. And now this is, I think this might even just be a theoretically drawn position, but honestly, it really doesn't matter. This all comes down to, like, can the person defend or not, under the pressure, time, and everything. Yes, Verdinote is Gawain Jones. Definitely. Oh, he might be messing it up a little bit here. This is not what you want. I don't think he's lost yet, but this is wrong. You do not want to let this happen. So the king is running. Okay, is he going to play bishop there? It's getting scarier for black now. I think rook b2 was key there. I think he should have played rook b2. I think rook c7. Okay, no, this is a fine move as well. This rook needs to be on this side in order for things to happen. Rook b2, go rook b2. No, the rook needs to be over there. Okay, he's doing it wrong here. Okay. He's going to have another chance with the king cut on the side, but it seems like Gawain is showing some pretty good defensive technique here. He's got to go faster, though. I don't know how many moves it's been since the last... I'm trying to check here. So it looks like... Yeah, it's been a while. It's very close. In fact, he could probably claim... yeah, he could probably claim 50 moves very, very soon. Yeah, I think he's about to claim it. Or, the thing about claiming it is you have to press draw. There we go. He pressed draw. Yeah, I was just doing the math very quickly, but that looked like it was about 50 moves. How can I check if I'm not playing? They have the moves written beside the board, so I was just scrolling back, and you just go to when the last pawn move was made and go from there. Or capture, I should say. Okay, so that was the last game. That was the last game of the round, and we're in round 3 right now. Round 3, there's already been one game concluded. A lot of people, of course, have 2 out of 2. Let's see which game we're going to go with. Let's go with... I'm trying to look for a fun matchup. I know some of these players' names, so I'm trying to find a matchup that is pretty exciting. Oh, this guy's a pretty creative player. Grandmaster Parhamov 2831 from Iran. I'm telling you guys, the Iranians are coming. Gotta be very careful. Very strong chess country right now. Hey, Spew Riki, how you doing in the chat? How are you, my friend? Good to see you. Yes, shout out to the chats. I have the windows open, although not required to chat. I think you'll all take solace in the fact that you keep me great company. Just tuned in. What are you covering? Eye candy. Wow, eye candy. I like that name. Everyone likes a little eye candy. I'm covering the Title Tuesday event for June. Wow, that's awkward. I'm not sure that he intended to allow knight d3. Yeah, Title Tuesday for June, and there's some special prizes like expense-paid trips to Isle of Man. Yeah, if you get rid of this bishop, it's opposite bishops now. Probably rook c2, yeah. I don't see any big advantage here for white, if there's one at all. So, I think he'll be okay. Maybe knight e1. I don't think he's going to play d3. So probably knight e1. The alternative is something like knight d4, which you might try to do to get into... Actually, what do you guys think of this move? Knight to d4. So we got a pin here, and I'm also attacking the knight. So if the knight just moves, then I was thinking I get my knight to c6, play a4. I think this is good for me. And if you take the knight with your bishop, saying, okay, if you take here, I'll go back, then I was thinking I could actually take here. I don't know if this is good. And then the knight has to move. And then I was going to take here and say that this might be an advantage, maybe with d4 coming next. So, I don't know. Interesting move. Ah, he played it. He played it. Oh, there we go. Takes. Takes. Yeah. Oh, this is what I was saying. I think this is kind of nice. The knight is hit twice here. And now we take this and play d4. d4 looks very strong here. The only... I mean, after d4, the only thing I was just thinking is maybe queen a5. But d4 was just my... gut instinct. It's absolutely not forced. As you can see, queen e3 was played. Now bishop c6 looks very strong, and hey, we're taking on c4. No, this looks extremely good. Extremely good, chat, for white. Great winning chances. This pawn is going to fall. Knight b6. Eventually a4, a5 is going to happen. Yeah, this is looking good. Maybe queen b4 to play a4, a5. There we go. This is not Arena Kings. No, this is Title Tuesday. Okay, there comes a5. Certainly, knight d5. And now, did he overlook something? Because he's gonna have to put his queen on one of these squares to keep protecting this pawn. What happens after queen a5? Is he gonna take that? Okay, well, at least you know that that's what you got to do to become a GM. You just got to blunder brooks. You can see great minds think alike. Me and my fellow grandmaster here, Bartosz Shachko, we both blundered an entire rook. But like that wasn't even close to being on my radar. Rook c1 here. I mean, guys, I did not see that at all. Not at all. Neither did he. He hung a full rook there. Wow. Now, well, this is a definite loss. Yeah, this is over. He'll resign right now. Wow. Okay, that's awkward. Well, let's get that game off the screen. That's not a good one. Let's take a look at some of the top games that we haven't taken a look at yet. How is... Yes, we have... ooh, this is a very strong game. This looks like a London system as well. Yeah, because we have Gadakamsky. GK Chess Tiger is Gadakamsky. I'm playing through the opening just for my own personal enjoyment. You see that? H4, G4. Oh, I love this guy. Yes, more London systems in the world, please. Okay, this is great. Anyway, I'll get to current position. Yikes, what has developed here? Looks like white was absolutely crushing. Yeah, and he's about to get a new queen on h8 and be totally winning. Man, this is a crush. Because you know what he's threatening here. Knight check, followed by queen, and then the rooks will not be able to capture. So, this looks very good. Are there any... Yeah, knight check here is nasty. Ooh. Ooh. Did he play it? Knight f8? Ooh, guys. That is nasty. Knight f8 check. Ooh. There we go. What a nice finish. But this is a game... That's Kirill Alexyenko playing black. Young Russian grandmaster, very talented, against Gadakamsky. So that's also a very high profile match. How's Eric doing? 20 seconds apiece. He's at 2 out of 2. This looks like it could have been like a French or a Caro-Kann. A place where I'd expect Eric to be very comfortable. It looks like he has the dominant knight over bishop, but if I'm not mistaken, is he down a pawn here? I think he is. Eric is down a pawn in this position. And this is one of the first times that I have ever commentated one of Eric's games on Title Tuesday where we haven't been like in the same room, I think. Because I've always been worried about shouting a move and then he hears it and plays it and loses, obviously, and that's what just happened. That's awkward. I mean, I didn't shout the move and he heard it, but right when I start speaking about it, it did happen. Unfortunately, he just hung checkmate in one, or in two. Queen c1 takes e1, game over. Feels bad, man. That's gonna be a loss for the home team. I'm gonna stop spectating now. I'm gonna run away. Bad luck, guys. Bad luck. Let's take a look at Last 7 Samurai. I believe that's Ali Morandi Chemil Khan. And is he gonna find a way to win this? That's the question. I don't think so. This might just be a draw. It's an interesting draw, though. Feels real bad. Yeah, no, those self-mates are terrible. Okay, so he's going to play bishop there. But then bishop here, and Yeah, black's king is right in there. I don't see what he can do, because bishop e3, there's always bishop e1. Yeah, this is probably just a draw, guys. Is he going to play this? No, just play bishop here. And then if bishop there, I think you could take it. King takes, take the opposition. Nice. Yep. Maybe he'll play there first. Ooh, this is tricky. Bishop there, bishop takes f4. Oh, man. Is this winning? I think he might have just won the game. Yep, he just won the game, I think. That's game over. If bishop here, we win the pawn. And if bishop back, we take. And then we win the king and pawn endgame. Wow. That's a nice one. Yep, that's game over. That's a nice endgame. White deserves to lose that, in all honesty, for everything I know about chess. Just because of these pawns all in dark squares. Yeah, this is too easy, though. Just because the pawns are all in the dark squares and, you know, deserve to be punished for that. But that is a nice endgame. I agree. I agree. Takes, of course. You got to take that pawn. Oh, sorry. I guess king here is just winning a lot easier. Just take that. Very, very easy. Takes. Collect a pawn. Put your king on g4 so it defends. And then sack your bishop for white's pawn. That's probably the easiest way to do it. He's probably going to play like what? Bishop there? Yeah. Takes. And then just push. This looked a bit unnecessary, but okay. Obviously it's working. Check, and everybody's got to know about queen g8. If you can get your queen in front of the pawn, it's over. Cool endgame. Very cool endgame. Okay, Firouzja just won his game against poor little Greenie. Is that by any chance Alon Greenfeld? Probably. Because I see the Israel flag and then username poor little Greenie. Hey, let's check out Guden111. You guys may remember him. Oh, this is awkward. He is white. Why every time I spectate people I know, they have losing positions or they're on the way to lose? Feels bad, man. He's our board one from the Pro League, Ivan Saric. And right after he played for us in the Pro League, he became the European champion, European individual champion. Do you know how hard that is to win? You have like all these 2750s. Basically, the tournament list, the starting list, is essentially full of the first 175, 200 people in the tournament are all 2650 GMs and up. Something like that, you know. I'm exaggerating a bit, but let's say the top 100 are like 2620 plus, for sure. Which is just crazy. And he won that tournament ahead of all those guys. And here he is defending a queen against rook against risky decision. Queen d6. Awkward. Queen d6 would have been better. Queen e6. Black is not impressing. King back. This is not a very good conversion, by the way. Not at all. What you want to do is you want to have your queen on this square and then play king there so there's no check. Well, this is, now he has to go back. So you want your queen on that square. Okay, he figured that out. That's great. So now if king there, you play king there. And here I would go check, block, check, check, and then king over. Okay, now you can bring the king. Yep. Okay, he's doing this eventually. I don't know how many moves it's been, though. It just looks like it's been way too many. So king there. He's going to check. King there loses the rook, so he's going to keep it. Queen there. So now he's got the sort of famous position after rook here, king there, that everyone knows or everyone should know. And no matter where you put the rook, you will be able to win it by force. So let's see. Let's see if he can win that rook. Check. Is he going to check again? Yes. Okay, check again. Check again. No, he just had to check there. Yeah, he had it. Check. Oh, no. He's sort of messing it up here. Oh, this is a really bad conversion. Oh my goodness, this is so bad. Oh, this is so bad. Oh, I can't watch this, chat. This is so bad. I think he's gonna... It's gonna be 50 moves. Oh my goodness. Offer a draw. Offer a draw. I think it's 50 moves. Offer a draw. Oh, this is so sad. Chat, I'm gonna show you how to do it when we get back. Or, sorry, when it's over. Everyone should know how to do this. Oh my god. Somebody tell him, Ivan Sarge, claim a draw, buddy. He has to click the draw button. Please click draw. Please click draw. Oh, he blundered his rook. Oh, he blundered his rook. Queen e5. Click draw. Somebody click draw for Ivan Sarge. Poor guy. Draw. Draw. Rook b8. Or rook b6 because he had a hard time finding this one. Click draw. Click draw. Oh, feels bad, man. Click draw. This guy is refusing to win so many times. There are forced wins in a couple moves. King here, and you're not winning anything. Oh, he did it! Oh my gosh. Okay, first of all, guys, just in a position like this, in case you're curious, this is how you win in 2 moves. Check. No matter where the rook is, whether it's here or here, all you have to do is get your queen in the position to check this way, where you're going to be picking off the rook, wherever it is, with a check to the king on a1. So whenever the king goes here, you check and you pick off the rook. Very simple. And if the king goes this way, you have simply checkmate in 1. So not only did he miss that here, but like way back here, I mean, this is just atrocious that he had to basically do this entire thing over because he already had that corner thing up here. Right here. He's got the corner. Perfect. Okay? 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 And now what's he supposed to do, chat? Prove to me that you're learning something. You've got the rook here and the king here. You've got to make sure you're here to check the king on that square and take that rook. Prove to me that you're better than an international master from Germany. Queen f4 check. Thank you, chat. And checkmate in 1, or check and takes. That's right. So, I mean, not the best technique. Okay, that's an understatement. Maybe the worst technique, but nevertheless, I mean, we just simply have to move on. We're into the next round. That's just triggering, though. The technique is just not there. But now everyone in chat has the technique. So you guys are all international masters from Germany, at least. Congratulations. All right, let's take a look at the next round. We got a few people with perfect scores here. I'll just show you guys the standings real quick. This is where we are right now. Quite a lot of people still with 3 points, as you can see as I'm scrolling down the list. This is a huge tournament, guys. There is literally 350 people in this tournament. So we will look at the standings a little bit later in the tournament. There's 10 rounds. It's 3 plus 2. So let's check the standings when there's a little more to speak about. I'm tilted and it's Tuesday. Yeah, both of those things are true. Both of those things are true. I need a Snickers bar. I enjoy that chocolate bar. I don't enjoy chocolate bars as much lately. Thinking back to Halloween candy, probably the chocolate bars that, at least when I was younger, this was the meta. Caramel was like an absolute yes. If you got a caramel in your Halloween goodie bag or whatever, then you scored jackpot. So if you got the caramel or the Aero, the melting bubbles, or the Reese's cups, like you were scoring gold. And then it was like the Mars bars, the Kit Kats were like obviously pretty quality. I wish that I got coffee crisp now that I'm older and I like that taste. But when I was younger, I didn't really like coffee crisp. I didn't really like coffee crisp as much, so I didn't look forward to that. In fact, I gave all my coffee crisps away, and I can't believe my former self did that. Because now coffee crisp is like my all-time favorite. Because I just love coffee. I like the taste of it. I need my coffee. So looking back, I'm like, man, did the younger Hambo really give away his coffee crisps? If I could get all the coffee crisps that I gave away from my Halloween bag when I was younger and get them delivered to me right now, but that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. All right, on to the games. We have two very strong players here playing. Igor Kovalenko here with black. Okay, what's up with this move? This is a provocative move right when I start speaking about it. Okay, Igor Kovalenko with black here. I had the pleasure of playing him in a Blitz tournament in Riga. That tournament's actually coming up. The Biel Chess Festival. This is a sexy looking move because you got to play queen there, I think. If you take it, it's like, maybe I can take here. And if you take this, then it's like, whoops, you lose because this rook is hanging. And then with white, we have obviously Gadakamsky. So this is a heavyweight bout. You've never heard of half of that candy? Oh man, you guys never heard of half of that candy. Those are classics. Caramel, Aero. Oh man, that's the good stuff right there. G5. You'll see what happened there is basically white traded the H-pawn, which black does not have one of. His H-pawn is now doubled as a G-pawn, and he got one of the central pawns. So that was a kind of a nice continuation there by Gadakamsky. I'm assuming we're going to see rook to H8. Technically, white's position should be better here. He's going to try to trade pieces. He does not care about this pawn hanging because those would be tripled, isolated pawns. Aero. Yeah, I got a few supporters in the chat for my Aero addiction. I would have probably taken the knight on d5, but he wants what? Rook takes c3 next? The reason he did this, the real reason, is because this knight would have been trapped. Okay. Wow. Remember, guys, it's not about the exterior appearance. It's all about what's on the inside. Don't judge black based on the prickly exterior of the triple isolated pawns. I want you to look deeper into Igor Kovalenko's eyes and judge him for who he really is. That knight on h4 is not pretty, but neither are those triple pawns, and yet we could all say black's up a pawn, which he is. So we'll see. Rook d3 is going to happen. That's right. Basically, black is completely stuck here. Can't move a thing. And this knight is going to start jumping. House of Pain, jump around. That knight's going to start moving. King g4, there's going to be knight g2, I'm assuming. And then king takes g5. That might be the continuation here. Yep. Wow. Rook e3. Knight c2. And then if rook here, there's a knight d4. Actually, this is just a draw. Sorry, what am I saying? He's not going to go for a draw. He's going to play rook f2. Yeah, of course. My bad. Of course he's going to play this position on. So knight takes a3. That works better than knight d4 because rook e3 is not forced. He'd play rook f2. He would play rook f2. Knight c4. He's threatening knight takes b2. I imagine he's going to take that. No, he doesn't go for it. Okay, well, if f5, then that pawn hangs. So he's going king g5 back. But now I get a little worried about the move b3. What's up with b3? Followed by f5. Ooh, this looks scary. f5 is coming. Okay, here's what it's going to be. Probably knight a5, f5, something like rook here. And saying, okay, you can go here, but I'm going to slide the king over and I'm going to start giving you some unpleasant checks from behind. So he played b3, rook h3, takes. And what? This is just a draw. King g5, or a rook check, sure. But no, this is a draw. Yeah, just rook back. And rook g1 check will, yeah, this is just a draw here. Wow. Wow. All that for a draw, guys. That was a pretty exciting one, too. Okay, let's take a look. Who else? Shants Sargsyan from Armenia with a very, very nice 2,900 Blitz rating. And it looks like this one's probably going to be a draw. Oh, I like pawn there. Check. There, I like check. Yeah, and then king g7. Ooh. White might be in trouble here. No, I think he's going to lose this probably. Unless he gets the draw like that. Huh. Check, king there. This might just be a draw. Wow, that's an impressive draw. He's just threatening mate. Wait, rook g8. What about rook g8, guys? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Rook g8. I know, call me crazy, but let me just entertain myself. So if rook e7, then I was going to play f3, and this is winning for black. But king g6 is the issue. King g6 is the issue because if king h8 gets mated, so king f8 is my only move. And rook there is not an issue because I'm getting a queen, but the problem is king here. And then if I play king there, then I lose to this. But king here, I'm still threatening to win. So then it might just be another impressive type of draw where white plays king here, and I just can't go this way because of rook e7 takes on e2. So, okay, maybe it was still a draw, but I thought rook g8 was a little like a try for a win there. And also, someone was asking in chat, what about this? Unfortunately, you get mated anyway. e1 equals queen wins. Well, oh, guys, if it wins, then you guys might be right. I'm talking about this line. If e1 queen wins, then isn't white lost? Hang on, guys. So you helped me out there, revitalizing the line. But then if e1 is possible, then aren't I right? Doesn't this line win then? Wow, cool line. I'm pretty sure that's all forced. Rook g8. Takes. King there, only move. I mean, rook e7, I just go here. Yeah, and then you're about to lose to queen, so you have to keep making a mate threat, and we agree that rook there does nothing because the e-pawn is queening, not the f-pawn. King there, queen. Okay, there we go, chat. You and me working together. Yeah, wow, okay. That looks like he missed that. Sargsyan with a chance to win that game, it looks like. Missed, unfortunately. Okay, let's take a look. Firouzja. Oh, that game is already done. So there's only one game left, and it's this one. And hey, it's bishop and rook against rook. Whoa. Rook c8. You're supposed to play rook here. Okay, check. Does he check? No, he goes here. Okay. So, yeah, he's going to sort of bring the king around and go there and bring the king there. Yes. King there. Well, now the rook goes back here. So you got to bring your king here. Believe me, guys, by the way, this is so much easier from a commentary position to be calling out the right ways to do things. There are certain things that should be just ingrained in your memory. This is a title Tuesday. Most title players should know how to win queen against rook, especially in IM. But it's a lot easier for me to be like, oh, this is the right way to do things. So probably see king here, yeah. Black's in trouble here, that's for sure. Okay, bishop there. Yeah, he's very close to lost here. So rook here does not win because of king there. And check does not win because of rook there. Rook back. In positions like this, by the way, the tricky move to play is usually a move like rook here. Just to see what your opponent is going to do. Because there's two things. If the rook gives up the c-file, then you have checkmate. If the rook gives up like this, and if the rook gives up the 6th rank, then your bishop can move, and that presents all sorts of other opportunities. So, not that it's necessarily winning, but that's usually what you try to do, is play that tricky waiting type of move to make your opponent have to think about the position. If you just threaten a mate in one, he's going to defend it, then it's your turn again, so what? But the tricky looking move is usually those waiting moves where you're just shuffling your piece, still making the same threats, but sort of just passing the move to your opponent, saying go ahead. Okay, that game is finished. That's round 4 in the books. So now we're starting to really get, like an idea in the tournament. Take a look at this. Now, everybody who has a perfect score fits perfectly on my screen here. There we go. All grandmasters except for we got an FM biostatistician, wonderful time international master, and Gadim Bailey A. Don't know who these people are, except wonderful time. I see him playing all the time. All right. Well, let's take a look at some of the games. So among those leaders, this is a guy that Eric has been playing in Bullet quite a bit. Mickey Taryan from Armenia. I'm not sure who it is, but he's been playing a lot of Bullet recently. In general, just been playing on Chess.com a ton. And Clunessa, I have to click these profiles once to remember who they are, but I don't know. I don't know off the top of my head. Very strong ratings here. Just, I mean, when I see 2850, when I see 2850 Blitz, that's a seriously good rating. That is a very strong rating. Here we're going to see if bishop d6, we were going to see knight c4, taking that bishop, followed by bishop a3. We're going to see that move anyway. And rook d1, bishop a3, after capturing, and white's hoping for a little bit of an edge. Right now he's threatening to take, and if knight takes, b6 hangs. Daniel Linchevsky. There you go. Thanks, Big Shorty. Knight e4. So if you take on c5, we're going to see knight e takes c5. I don't think we'll see pawn takes, although I'm sure he's considering it right now. I don't think it's very good. I don't like that move. I don't like it at all. So what I think is that this one was better, and then after bishop a3, which threatens knight takes b6, to play something like... this might have been his issue, actually. So rook c8, rook c1, and he was worried that no matter what he plays, even if he gets out of the pin, that white was going to play this move. I think that's what he was concerned about, which is a fair concern. Well, if you have to play a move like bc5, you're not happy as black. I mean, your opening didn't go well, put it that way. He's still fine here. The two bishops is not, they're not so dangerous yet that you can't come back, but white is going to set up this f3 e4 pawn chain, and it's going to really disturb especially these two pieces. Pawn on e4 blunts the entire bishop's diagonal, also stops anywhere that this knight was thinking of centralizing itself to. So very tough here. Nice position for white. This is looking a little dry. I'm just going to look around for some other games. Here's someone we haven't spectated. Two people we haven't spectated yet, who are among the leaders. Zavin Andreasian, who you may remember, if anyone watched the Pro Chess League last season, or the recent season on Chess.com, you may remember that the team who came first was the Armenia Eagles, and their, I won't say captain because I don't believe he was. Their captain was actually Artak Manoukian, but their board won. Their MVP, Zavin Andreasian, he was playing so well. He's a very strong blitz player, and here he is, almost at 2,900, leading the tournament, perfect 4 points, and he's playing against Andrejka, who I also don't know. 2,800. The profile picture looks like some kid. So I have the impression that everyone on Chess.com is just getting younger and younger and stronger, which is a very dangerous combo. But they're playing one another here in a pretty interesting battle. It's going to be like, who can impress Yasser Seirawan the most? Who can push him, baby? White's trying to do this. Black's trying to do this. We got knight c3 on the cards here. Knight c3 looks like a good one. Yep. Knight c3 looks correct. So he goes for queen e7. Knight c3 coming. e4, maybe not a threat just yet. For example, I'll give a sample line. h4, king h7. Let's say white does whatever he wants. c6 or something, I don't know. I was thinking that an interesting line would be like e4, give up the pawn. Then you have knight to f4, attacking the rook and the queen. And then if the queen moves, you just take this. And then if you take back, there's knight e2, which is a nasty type of family fork here. Well, he did play h4. I would be interested in throwing in a move like king h7 just to make that threat. e4 is kind of serious there. Knight c3. Of course, that guy's going to be taken. e4 was played. If I was playing white, I would play a move like knight c4 or knight f1 and be interested in putting that knight on e3. Instead, he's just gone c6. He's saying, okay, like, time to push this guy. At least give black something to think about here. Queen c4, so he's saying that if rook takes, there's c7 and just making queen. Fair game. King h8 was played. c7, rook c8. Well, there's no threat to take it just yet, but black is threatening e3. I think e3 is a great move here. Yeah. Crash through. Takes. And it looks like white is for choice. Maybe takes knight f3. That's one of the best ones I can come up with. Or he just goes knight f3. Very dangerous, allowing e2. Forcing knight e1, yeah. But having this knight here is certainly not very good. There's queen h4 hanging as well. Yeah, no, I think this is just over. Takes. That pawn is hanging. Queen e3 is coming. This pawn is about to queen. Yep, I think this is lost. So what happens after king f2? Check. Oh, no, hang on. Check, you take here, and then queen back. Okay, so it works. It works. That's a nice combination. Just had to calculate all the moves there. Any other move than taking loses the knight. So it's kind of simple. And king g2 or king there takes. There's check. And then there's check again. But then there's g6. And there's nothing after that. Yeah, that's it. Okay, h5. Not really threatening anything. King there. To be honest, you could probably get another queen and just survive here. But what is he actually going to play? Maybe rook takes? No. I'm trying to think what he would play here. He's deciding to just give up this pawn because he sees mate with queen f5, queen takes h5. There you go. That's a very nice move. Nice way to finish. Queen f7. And that'll be game over. Nice game by Black. So Andriazian moves to 5 out of 5, and he's had a history of winning Title Tuesday before, so he's no stranger to this stuff, guys. No stranger at all. Not to this tournament. Let's take a look at Wonderful Time, who stays on his perfect score. But as I say that, I'm looking at a position that's indicating to me he will not be staying on his perfect score. Knight e3, so just guarding everything. Knight f4. We got to see white pushing that e-pawn here, I think. Meanwhile, Borscht 7 is winning now. e5, rook b4. Nice. Now he's winning. Knight c4, b5 is lights out. Yeah, nice game. He moves to a perfect 5 out of 5. And probably, yeah, I think the only game left is this one, which we were spectating earlier. This is the only game for people that can join them on 5 out of 5. Okay, so put the rook there. Now bring the king. It's the only way to try to win. I'm surprised Black is not going like this a lot faster. Okay, he's not really trying to win. Because now the king can't go any further. I think if you're white, you have to try this again. Play rook f2, king f1, and really just commit to bringing the king over. Agree, the chat is very slow. Nobody's talking in the chat. I've never seen a Twitch chat this quiet. How many people? There's like 650 people here. Nobody's chatting. It's crazy. It's a super slow Twitch chat. What are you guys doing? How is it so silent in here? We have to see king f1 to b1. Games are boring. I disagree. Mr. Thomas, I think I've been clicking on some pretty exciting games, and when the games have been boring, like this one, I left it immediately. I left the game immediately. I said, let's go find some more exciting games. You learned how to checkmate with a queen against a rook today. You saw some of the most abysmal technique you've ever seen. We've seen some nice attacks. Settle down, we're focusing. Focusing. Silent focus is overrated. I think we should introduce foghorns into top-level chess. How would you guys feel about that? Maybe just a foghorn every 1 hour. What's a good score for an FM? Impala, it really depends what type of FM you're talking about. There's FMs who have come close to winning this tournament. Leghorn, foghorn. I think his name is Foghorn Leghorn. But Triffany, not here to correct you. I'm in complete support of that. Okay, Beck 04. This is Nordebek, and once again he's losing. Every time I check his game, he's losing. Poor guy. I'm really going to stop visiting him. A lot less boring than Norway chess. Okay, agreed. 100%. Okay, so what's going to be the winning plan for white? I like queen on d5. Yeah, looks good. Guards everything. Okay, he likes it on d3. You got to get this pawn moving while defending everything, so... Trying to put the king there. Queen e3, I think that's the right square. Probably f4. Gotta go f4. There it is. King f3. And then get those pawns pushing. Yep. And the placement of this king is actually rather unfortunate. Because after queen f3, after queen h1, for example, then the king move is going to be a check. And that's a little annoying. Yeah, okay. f5 looks good. Push him, baby. These pawns are rolling. Okay, he's bringing the king over. That's not usually what you're supposed to do. Now, queen there will be check if this happens. I think black is just toast here. Captain Doodle, will I be playing for Team Canada on the Chess Olympiad? Yes. I may have to play some of these, like Nordebak, you know. I'm probably going to have to play a lot of the people that I'm commentating on right now. And I'm going to have to get in a lot better shape to handle those types of players. Yeah. Now, this is over, I think. Let me see if there's another game going. Yeah, this game is still going. Although, it's not going for very long. I think it's over right now. Yep. That one's over, and this one is the last game in progress. So we'll just stick with it. He's trying to get his a-pawn moving, but, I mean, white's about to queen 2/3 pawns. Okay. Game over. Game over. All right. Let's take a look at the standings real quick. We have 3 players on perfect scores. 5 out of 5 is a stellar score at this point in the tournament. We're going in around 6 right now. Zavin Andreasian is probably who we're going to be following, but Infernal Zam, or XAM as I always call him, is also 5 out of 5, and we haven't really been spectating his games, so let's try to follow these guys. There you go. Here's an easy solution. Follow Zavin Andreasian playing Infernal. There you go. Satisfies everything. Yes, the Olympiad is this September. The World Championship match is this November. So, you know, in terms of chess-related activities or things to look forward to, later in the year, it's going to be very exciting. Although in the summer, Magnus has a very busy tournament schedule. There's a lot of like chess festivals and big tournaments happening in the summer. So, I think Sinkfield Cup is in August. So. Isle of Man is at the end of October, exactly. So there's a lot of like pretty high profile tournaments coming up. But I think the Olympiad is kind of a special one because you get to see Magnus playing not only the top guys, but he only gets to play, you know, the countries that Norway puts him in a position to play against if he plays for Norway. So that's why you often get to see him playing against some weaker countries and some lower rated players. Magnus is not playing in Sinkfield. Magnus was pretty open, I believe, the same as Kramnik, about declining the Grand Chess Tour invitation. I think he was pretty public about that. Yes, the Olympiad is one place where Fabiano and Magnus could meet again right before they play their match in November. So they just played a game, which Magnus won, for those that don't know, in Norway Chess. That's the tournament that I'm covering right now. Doing some commentary on the Chessbrah Twitch channel with Yasser Sarawan and co. But that is where he beat Fabiano, sort of sent a message, so to speak, before their match. But they could still play again in the Olympiad, so there is another chance for a Magnus-Fabiano match. Anyways, what do we have here? Offhand, I'm feeling like this is good for white, but black is getting the appropriate counterplay right as I start to feel that. Just e5 was something he forced this to happen, so you'd assume that he's kind of confident in it. But this is what I meant when I was saying I don't really like this for black, because this pawn's hanging, this pawn can be taken, unleashing the bishop. There's knight h6. This is starting to look a little sketchy, I feel. No, this can't be good. So knight takes e4 are probably going to be played. Yeah, this should still work. I don't know why he's not playing knight takes e4. I think he should. I was getting caught up calculating here lines like queen e5 takes, and then, you know, trying to get queen to f6 to work. Because here there's a lot of ways that are very tempting. You know, trying to get the queen here, maybe lift the rook. Oops, that was a mouse slip. Maybe knight h6 check, and trying to get the queen there like this. So this just looks like a very nice attack for white. D takes e4 and plays knight h5. Interesting. What about queen takes e5? There's knight h6. So we have that covered. Meanwhile, bishop takes e4 might be the next move. I'm not sure. Now bishop takes e4. I'm assuming that we're playing rook takes e5. So white's probably going to stay away from that. What's black going to play here? Knight, rook takes e5 is not possible. Rook e6 just runs into bishop b3 with devastating effect here. So he's gone for rook e7, but I know that he's not a fan of that move because look at the nature of the position here. Attacking, attacking, attacking. The queen is quite perfectly placed. This knight is offside. By the way, the knight is like very close to being potentially trapped. Queen is not happy, basically just defending this rook. And we're at that magic point in the position where there's almost going to be a sacrifice coming. Yeah, this doesn't look good. King g8, maybe one of the only moves, because if you move the rook, f7 just falls, which is game over. So knight g7, he's being creative, but yeah, why not, right? Lift the rook. Oof. This looks very bad. The issue is that I'm just going to play a random move for black. The issue is that if I go here and you play knight h5, first of all, g4, no question, is a huge move. But queen f8. So now we can go back to this position and say, oh, you know, let me just defend that so that rook h3 is not a problem. Okay, queen there. Well, then the issue is I go here, and sure, again g4, but even more directly forcing, rook takes, queen here, and I can win a rook there. Not to mention, you know, rook here, rook lift might also just lead to checkmate in one. So, yeah, rook e3, he went rook d8 here, knight h5, rook takes h5, yeah, and let's just show what might have happened. It looks like, was he going to go queen f6? No, he was probably going to take here. Rook takes f7, threatens mate in one. Have to take it. Then comes knight takes check. And then comes queen takes, and white actually loses. So don't listen to anything that I just said. What would he have played? He would have played probably queen f6 and knight f5. That looks a lot better because you're just winning the entire game. You're either getting a checkmate or you're winning the rook. So that's what he was intending, which is why black immediately did not take back the rook here. He played f5, and obviously if you're giving away your entire knight and just playing this move, you're basically resigning. So that's what's going on, and white won. And white won. Game over. White's up like way too many rooks here. So pretty nice game. Andreasian, super convincing victory there with the white pieces. Very nice. The only other guys I've been saying with 5 out of 5 was Borsch 7. So let's take a look at him at the top of the table here. And with the white pieces, he's looking good. Yeah, things are looking good here for white. Maybe just double the rooks? Yeah. Rook f6 is checkmate. Hello. Hello. What's he got here for us? Maybe queen f3? Queen g4? I don't know. There's so many type of mates here. Yeah, so rook takes e5 is going to play. And I was wondering if there's any kind of brilliant mates here. Rook f6 looks good, but then king g7. Wow, just rook f4. Yikes, these guys are panicking here. Queen g4. Rook takes g5. Uh-oh. He's in trouble now. Black is totally fine. This pin is just so annoying. What? Queen f8. Oh my gosh, he mismade in one. He mismade in one. Chat. Oh no. That's embarrassing. Well, it's not really embarrassing. It's just unfortunate was probably the word I was looking for. Because these type of moves happen all the time. Myself probably know better than anyone here. So I'm responsible for quite a few of them. But no, that's just really unfortunate. He blundered made in one. What did he need to play instead? In the interest of keeping this pin here, probably... No, we can't do that one. Maybe we can. I'm just thinking of this. I was thinking of this move, taking advantage of the pin, with the idea also that if queen f7, we don't take it because then we'd be losing the g5 rook, but we play king here. And the nice thing about this is, you know, if they take, we take like this, and we save our rook at the same time. So I thought that was kind of nice. So maybe that was an option. But again, I'm sitting here with tons of time to spare. These guys are playing on increment, which is really, really tough. Eric missed mate in one and self-mated. Oh no, did that just happen? Feels bad, man. Feels very bad, man. There's still tons of games still going. We got a national master here, 2200 with 4 points. Let's take a look at that game. I think he's going down here, but yikes. You put up some resistance. Okay, that's a good move. Is c7 possible? Ooh, this is a nice move. Rook takes, king here. Rook takes, queen. And if rook there, queen e6 is winning. Let's see if he plays that. Oh, he didn't play it. Feels bad, man. What am I missing? I don't think I'm missing anything. I think rather that white missed c7. I think c7 is just a nice move here. So he played king b5. Okay, anyway. He won very, very easily. Yeah, it used to be 9 rounds. This is a 10-round tournament now. 10 rounds of 3+2, so we're just finishing round 6 right now. And then we'll get into the money rounds. Get into the money rounds. Still some more games to go, though. Let's take a look at the count. Our friend Christian Kirilla. Let's see here. Kirilla is playing white. Suppose we can flip the board to check from his perspective. Basically, this should be a draw, I believe. But he's trying to say that the king is cut off. And you should play rook there. That's what you should do. You should be playing rook there. Not there. Yeah, no, this was wrong. He's trying to say the king's cut off and he's got the Lucina. And normally, if the rook, king, and pawn are so far back, that shouldn't be a win. But now, I think it is a win. The reason is that, so here's why I was saying that the rook should have gone here. This is sort of rook endgame principle stuff. You put the rook as far back as you can go so that, let's say white did the same move he just did. Now you have this check. And before the rook was here, it would be on g7. You wouldn't have this check. Now the king has to go back because you're going to lose your pawn. And then in this position of g5, usually you check first and then you play rook here. So he won by resignation, for example. Like, let's just show the final position. Rook there, king h5, king e7, g5. I mean, he's just marching up the board. And everyone in chat should know the Lucena position. So king stack, what to do? You give a check. The king goes back. If the king comes out, you just get checked, and you don't have shelter except for right in front of your pawn. But if your king's in front of your pawn, like it is right now, there's no progress. So you bring your rook up, and then as black just has nothing to do but wait, now you can bring your king out. And this is just one of the oldest techniques in the book called building a bridge. And there you go. That's how to win a rook endgame, where you have that one extra pawn and your opponent's king is cut off, like it is right here by white. If the king is not cut off, then you can't really win it. So that's why it was so important back here to maintain this rook here. This rook cutting the king off is basically the only reason white's still playing and not agreeing to a draw. The king is cut off, it can't go past this line. So that's why here you can't let white just push these king and pawn up the board. Once it gets too close, it's just lost. So that's why I was saying that what he needed to go for here was not this move, which is really bad what he did. He should play this. He should play this. And then if the pawn moves, you want to get in front of the pawn, like this. But really, it's too close. It's too close. Now that I'm thinking about it, he kind of missed his chance here. Because if we look, it's unfortunate. If I go back to where this might have been savable, there we go. Like, this is an absolute draw. For sure. For sure. I don't even have to think twice to know that this should be a draw. But there's no way to just earn the draw right off the bat. I think you immediately have to bring the rook here and go give a check. That's gotta be the way. But rook endgames are very tricky. Someone's asking, can you also play rook e5? Yeah, you can play rook e5. The reason I don't recommend rook e5 is that if you're trying to learn how to build the bridge and play the Lucena position, if you play rook e5, your opponent's going to play king d6. He's going to attack your rook. And then the winning method is actually not to build a bridge in that case. So in the interest of practicing the technique, bringing the rook to the 4th rank is just the safest way to do it. Anyways, he was able to convert that position. So we're on round 7 right now. We're on round 7. Zavin Andreasian is still he's still going. Let's take a look at his game here. He's still going strong with 6 points, and this is the matchup to determine who's going to take sole lead in the tournament, or whether these guys are going to draw and stay tied for first. If you're interested in getting kids into chess, what's a good age? I started when I was like 5 years old. I think most people did who are, you know, really committed to chess. A lot of people started later though, like Hansen, for example. I always used to beat him when we were kids. He didn't get very good until he was like a young teenager. And then he got very good, but you don't have like a specific age that you have to start at to absolutely be good at chess or something like that. Bishop a6. These positions, I recommend to anyone in the chat who's interested in a fun opening to play. Yeah, I recommend this for white. I think it's a good one. I'll just show the moves so that you know what it is. It's the King's Indian attack. So against the Sicilian, you just play d3. Knight d2, you fianchetto your bishop, and eventually you play e5. And you play queen e2, everything, bishop f4, everything to overprotect that pawn. And then usually you play h4, you play like knight h2, knight g4, h5. So we'll see, yeah, bishop f4, all these maneuvers we're familiar with. And it's just a fun, like it's a really good attacking position, and it's fun to play. So I think it's a cool line. Valpo, hey, that's what I like to hear as well. Never started, just like to watch. Feels good, man. Well, here's the thing. You just played bishop h6. What was going to happen? Let's take a look. Pawn takes, check. No matter where this king goes, it's going to be queen c2 next. Threatening mate, and d3 doesn't help much because I'm not going to trade queens. I'm going to go here, and then I'm going to embarrass you by putting my rook wherever on earth I want it. Play here, and then queen h7. That's going to be mate. So he couldn't take that bishop. Instead, he takes on c4, queen f4, d3, and what is he coming up with here? Uh-oh, I don't trust white here. He's up to something. He's probably going to go for a nasty type of mate here. You know what he's planning. He's going to go for like a bishop takes g7 or a knight f6 check. Yep. This is not going to be pretty. So just an example, let's say here. Rook d4 looks like, first of all, very good move, but I'm more interested in seeing if there's checkmate here. And I'm trying to play like bishop takes and queen check and down. This looks pretty good. This looks good. It needs some build up though. You can't just force it. Plus, as I was saying, rook d4 is the real intention of rook e4, and that's just a good move that wins a pawn on d3. So yeah, he's done it. He's taken. He's gonna play f3 here. It's the only move. Got to shut down that diagonal. The king can hide on h3. This rook's under attack. So now, if I was white, I would be very interested in playing. Oh, well, that's just a very good move. I'd be interested in playing queen g5, bishop takes g7, and h6. So just an example again, if rook c8, guarding the knight, sometimes you can just go like this and play like h6. I think it's better if I play queen g5 first to illustrate what I'm trying to say. Something like this. And then you take this bishop and should be winning from there. So that's a pretty common attacking motif. Bishop c5. Yes, I was going to say queen g5, go for the mate. Now g6, you just take it. Yeah, this is going to be mate for sure. Yeah, this is over. Feels bad, man. g6 takes. Then he's going to take here and try queen f3. I don't know. This doesn't work, though. This does not work. There's knight f6 check and g7 mate coming. So you can't just take this and hope for some checks or whatever, because this is a cute checkmate. H takes g6. I think black is toast. Zaven Andreasian might move to 7 out of 7 in a 10-round tournament, which is crazy. I think that is, I mean, we might even have a situation where we're wondering if he's even going to lose. Is he even going to lose? Bishop takes, I think just take back because queen c1 was a threat, and now you even cover that move. Meanwhile, this is mate, so no, I don't see a single thing to do here. Yep. G7 mate. Okay, so that's the game there. 7 out of 7 for Zaven Andreasian. Incredible start. Not even start, it's almost the finish of the tournament. He's doing very well here. Let's take a look at Eric. How's Eric doing? He's got 4 points out of 6. And this is the 7th round. He's playing Grandmaster first, second. What an interesting name. Bishop e2? Oh no, sorry. c3 is just hanging. And now this is trouble for white. In fact, he's almost mated here by capturing on d4. Yeah, so now just knight takes c5. And, ooh, this doesn't work. Yeah, so you got to take queen there, queen back. Very good. Nice. And this would be the threat. So Eric's in a commanding position here with black. Basically, all these pieces are super awkward, and hey, queen c4 is a great move because it just won a piece. Nice. So Eric's going to get the win here. Bishop g6. Eric's going to get the win and move to 5 out of 7, which is still a very good score. He's very much in the thick of things. There we go. Tune in to an Eric Hansen game where I don't bring him bad luck. Feels good, man. Let's keep checking the games here. I don't see here. Let me see where I can find. There we go. How about this? Morshinska from Spain. Doesn't sound like a Spanish name. WGM. I don't know who that is, but I wanted to check in on what looked like the highest table female game. It looks like she's going to lose, unfortunately, to Norm Weinstein here. But she still has what's going to be, it looks like 4 points out of 7. And the reason I'm paying attention to that is there's always a top female prize in Title Tuesday. But specifically, this time it's relevant because, yeah, the king, yeah, lose the pawn. It's relevant because the top male and top female both get an all-expense trip paid to the Isle of Man tournament. So I imagine that Morshinska is very much in the running. You know what's funny is if this pawn was here and king was here, and king was here and rook was here, so shift everything just over one file, then it's actually a draw. Because then you put the king in the corner, and if the rook takes the pawn with the king here, then it's just a stalemate. Just a stalemate. Alright, the games are disappearing from the list as they start to finish here. Wonderful time. I said that was a draw, easy? Who are you talking about? Not me. Oh, you're talking to someone in chat. There we go. That makes more sense. Yeah, that position looked like a loss as soon as I checked it because the rook was behind the pawn and the black king was close enough. Here, what do we have? The pawns are going this way. Pawns are coming at us here as white. But the bishops are the same color. I don't see any tricky drawing mechanisms here. Unfortunately, I would personally give a check because if king there, then we just win the game with rook e6. Yeah, so the king has to go back and now just bring the king up, play c4. Should be game over. Play pawn there and bishop there. We have rook check. Yep. Taking on f7, and that's a resignation. That's a resignation. Let's keep checking the games here. I don't know how, but WP from Poland, I think. Yeah, always has some of the last games of the round. The guy is very interested in making the entire tournament wait for him. What's Isle of Man? Well, first of all, it's a place that I've been before. It's not a very fun place, I'll be honest with you. It's absolutely dreadful. Don't make a point of visiting Isle of Man. But they have a very cool chess tournament, very high-level chess tournament, an open chess tournament. So Magnus played last year. I was also there. And you get a chance to play a tournament with, you know, guys like Magnus Carlsen, Fabiano Caruana, stuff like that. So it's a super good chess tournament. But in terms of the place, I wouldn't recommend it. Just play c2. Oh no, there was knight d4. Okay, so knight d4, knight c2. You know what he should do? Play h5. Ah, it doesn't work though. Damn. c2 takes. This is a nice move as well, but c2 takes. H6, there was g5. Yeah, he's hoping that black takes, but the sad part is he's just going to push his pawn here. And white has nothing he can do about it. He's just going to move. He's never going to take that knight because he's scared of stalemate. So it's just going to be pushing that pawn all the way. Okay, well now c2 and just queen or queen. Queen this one first, and then checkmate. There we go. All right. There's one game left, and, well, it's just... excuse me. Jazzy71, hello? Do you mind putting your knight back on... Oh my goodness, what am I looking at? Please. Knight here. Please knight here. And then please check. What? She's trolling. What? Check, check. What are we doing here? Check, check. Thank you. Okay. Holy smokes. That was like 2 times the check was missed. Guys, I started to get really, really scared there. Oof. I don't think there's any worry of a 50 move rule. I don't know because I wasn't watching this game the whole time, but check was on the board a few times. I don't know when we got to this. Oh my goodness, this endgame was going on for a while. Okay. So here, it's just like, you know, 1 move, 2 moves, resigns. But knight here was played. And then the check was not played again. And then not played again. And then not played again. Oh man. And then finally, I don't know what happened there, but some wave of good luck, just the overcast skies ahead, shone upon Jazzy71, and she did manage to come away with the win. So she moves to 3.5 points. But oh man, that's some questionable technique. As we move on to round 8, it looks like an extremely fast result. Yeah, I think Andriasian has already drawn his game, so he's at 7.5 out of 8. Yeah, he's drawn his game immediately. He's basically looking to sort of draw into the finish here and win the tournament like that. Yeah, seriously, that could have been a 3-fold. If I was black, I would have pressed draw like every single move just to check if it was a 3-fold. But, oof. Anyways, good technique is not what you show up to Title Tuesday for. Let's put it that way. The clouds parted and the rays shone through. Exactly. That's pretty much what we saw there. So, 6 points apiece. This is on Draken with black. If you see a good move, look for better. That's what she did. Well, looking for a good move, or sorry, seeing a good move looking for better is fine. But if you don't see better, maybe my advice is just terrible. A5. Yeah, so black is it's a little surprising. He must not have liked his position. Oh, sorry, excuse me. He's winning a pawn here, which I just noticed. There we go. Yeah, I only just noticed that myself. I was going to say that normally you wouldn't ever play this move because of the isolated pawn, but he's straight up just winning a pawn here. So that's why he went for that. Although with f5 coming, pressure on b2, and this rook sliding over somewhere, it looks like black has very, very good compensation. Yep, we might see the king slide over to e2. This bishop come back here. Why would I ever want to offer a draw but not claim one? When I said that I would have offered a draw, it's because I'm talking about in terms of what we're watching, which is online chess. In online chess, there's no claiming a draw. There's only offering it. So if you offer a draw when technically your claimed draw would be correct, then it automatically claims it for you. That's how it works on the internet. So when I say that I want to offer a draw, what I mean is that I want to claim draw. That is what I mean. King d2, probably f4. I don't know. Rook d3 and then f4. Takes, takes. There's rook e1. Yeah, so king c2 here. Takes. Here. Here. No, we're in time. I was just making sure. Just making sure. String dog. Yeah, that's how it is, man. That's why I'm watching some of these games. It's like 70 moves, and I'm just like, man, somebody in this game, please click the draw button. Because seriously, if you're defending a position and you just click draw, and it offers a draw, and then your opponent moves and gets declined, then you know it's not 50 moves. But it never hurts to click draw when you're in an endgame and you're trying to get that 50 move roll. Just click it like every 5 moves. Just make sure. There's no harm in doing that. Over the board, you have to look at your notation and be quite sure before you make the claim. Because, you know, you can only make one claim. But, you know, online, you can just claim every move if you want. What's my name? Islemgo. You can see it on the screen. It's right here. That's my name right there. That's me. Aman Hambleton. Pleasure to meet you, bud. White's got to get these pawns moving. It's nice that you got these pawns here, and as I say that, he moves them, which is a little bit strange, but he's achieving the same thing, is that you sort of leave the rook there and bring the king over and then just start pushing these. Yeah, this looks okay. Do I live in Toronto? No. I'm from Toronto, though. That's where I grew up. Shout out to my Canadians. My Canadian friends. Ooh, we just got a Amazon package. Just got delivery. Feels good, man. Feels good, man. I think I actually have to go get the delivery. One sec. Thank you. Professional commentary, guys. Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna get the Amazon guy to fill in on my commentary. Just got a special surprise for the chat in there. Yep. Live unboxing. Feels good, man. Now we have to show you what it is? Oh no, you guys are... No, I see what's going on here. Live unboxing. You guys would rather see that than this great chess tournament we've got going on? I would play rook b4. Great move. Cut the king off. He wants to play pawn there. But no, as soon as you get pawn g4 check, and then just start pushing this a pawn, it's that'll be good enough here. Now you're intrigued. We've got all different sizes of boxes here. I actually don't know what all this stuff is. I haven't seen the movie 7, but now that you mention that, I'm a little scared. So we're definitely not opening any boxes on stream. All right. How's this game going here? This game is just dead loss. Yep. No, this game is completely lost. Andrekin's going down here. That check happens if rook goes there. I mean, I think the easiest way is to play king here, check, and king there, honestly. That seems the most obvious to me. Yeah, and then rook over, you play king there, and then you finally start mobilizing your pawn. What's in the box? It's just a clock, bro. It's just a clock. Yeah, obviously you don't take that. What do you do here? You probably play... Yeah, rook check and maybe b4. Okay. Yeah, he's just going here because now he can play b4. Yeah, king there, g4, queen, takes, g3, rook there, g2, rook there. He's just in time, so there's no worries here for white. That rook gets all the way around and covers. So he wins that game and moves to 7 points, does Infernal Zam. Meanwhile, like I said earlier, Andreasian drew extremely quickly in this round to move to 7.5 out of 8. So he's leading by half a point in this tournament. But let's take a look at this game because black can actually catch the leader in the standings, if I'm not mistaken. I think he can catch the leader in the standings with a win here. can black? Queen e4 check. Okay. Oh, did he just mate himself? I think he just mated himself. Is he going to play rook here? No, he's in trouble now. Check, check, and mate. What? You know, it's always crazy when... I mean, this is mate in one. This is mate in one. So it's just always like when people are really taking my advice too seriously. Way too seriously. When you see a good move, look for a better one. When these guys see mate, they're like, how can I impress Hambleton? Ah, yes. Let me play rook check, and then there, and then mate. Mate in 3 better than mate in 1. Taking a page right out of my book. So this guy, Gadim Bailey A, is tied for first with Andreasian, which is pretty incredible, with 2 games remaining. So that's pretty serious. Let's keep looking here. Who else is still playing? We got pretty strong games still on the go here. Yikes, 2 seconds, 1, counting down. Nordebek is playing black here against Melkumyan. Queen d4. White's obviously got a good position here, but he's got to get the pieces going. Queen d5 here. He's threatening to play rook d8 check. And the reason it's so good for white is that the queen can cover this checking diagonal. So he plays there. He's going to play queen d6. No, queen d4 back. Yeah, but what does he do here? I guess he can just bring the king. King f4. Okay, he's going to repeat, I suppose. What is he planning? Like, how is he going to mobilize this? Is he going to play queen there? You got to be careful about the checks when they start to rise. Oh, queen takes c5, though. Ooh, I wouldn't have allowed that. No, this doesn't look right. So he's trying to get this, which is obviously a nice-looking setup, but no, I don't think that's very good at all. It's going to be check, king back. Yeah, what to do? So, queen d6, maybe? I like queen c7. So king over, but then how do we advance this pawn? Queen e5 check. There we go. And we get to advance. So this is just, Yasser and I were talking about this on the Norway broadcast earlier. Keep your queen on this diagonal to cover all the checking squares. That's pretty important. Oh, I thought he was going to play queen there. Now white has a free move to try to advance that pawn. I'm surprised he didn't play queen b8 check, followed by b6. That's what I thought he was going to do. So now if queen check, the king goes to g3. Queen b8 I like, followed by b6. Oh. Whoops. That's a very, very big mistake, actually. Now h4 arrives in the position, and white has to be a little bit careful here. Queen c5 check. Yeah, actually, white is in trouble, maybe. This pawn is not as strong as it should be. Queen b2 is coming, though. That's his idea. He might take a draw here. But, oof, that's a big blunder. Big blunder there from white. He just gave up his pawn with check. Queen e5. Yeah, white's not going anywhere here because king d3 loses the pawn with check if he had played it. So queen c1, yeah, we'll just see repetition here, I think. Wow. Chances missed. Queen b4 was what he played last time. That worked well. Queen here. Queen here. Queen here. Yeah, we've seen this before. If he wants to play on, he actually has to play... Okay, they've just drawn. Yeah, no, that's a big mistake. So here's what I was thinking. Is that back here when he still had his pawn and his king on h3, I was thinking about check, b6. So there's no checks to the king just yet. This is one of them, trying to play check here. But the issue that I had with this is that b7 I thought could happen. Queen checked, and then this funny move. Queen to h2, followed by queening. So in this situation, the only way to give a check is on this diagonal or here. Otherwise, I'm just playing b7. So if we try to put ourselves, let's say in this position, to check up here, then the king goes back, and then the queen has to do something about this, because I'm about to play queen c7 and win the game. So if queen c4 to attack the pawn, I just play queen here, and there's nothing you can do to stop that. So once again, in this position, you need to play a move that attacks this and this. This one is the only one that I can see. Queen to h4. And I imagine here we play the move king g3. There's no checks here because of the queen. And I should be able to escape this somehow. I'm trying to make it nice. Queen e7 is a good move here though. Trying to make it. Now here we go. Queen c8. Check. Queen here. Trying to do this in a nice way. But you get what I mean. Normally if you can get that pawn to b7 with that diagonal covered, there's just a matter of maneuvering before you find exactly how you're supposed to get out of it. But obviously giving the pawn with check is just a huge mistake. But normally if you can push this pawn while keeping your king safe from checks, that should be a very, very good thing. Nevertheless, a draw was agreed here. So we're into round 9. 2 more rounds left. I think that Andreasian and this Gadim Bailey guy agreed to a draw within a couple moves. This is crazy. Title Tuesday used to be like, you know, a tournament where you just kind of, you know, you just play. It's just Title Tuesday. But what it's become is like an actual tournament, like a real life money tournament where people in the final rounds start to say, hey, I'd like to walk away with a little bit of that cash. Let's just draw, you know, like no big deal. It's crazy. It's completely changed the whole climate of Title Tuesday. Because now in the last couple rounds, all the guys at the top are just like, yeah, draw, 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 draw. And then they all try to claim some money. But hey, that's tournament chess. It's smart tournament play. It's how to earn some money from these tournaments. This game looks pretty drawish in terms of structure, but I really like what white is doing here. Just a great knight on d4. 2 bishops. The only thing is that, and he's up on time by quite a bit. The only thing is that, you know, black's position is obviously quite solid. Tough to break through. Bishop c4. Rook a1. If black can trade these 2 pieces for these 2 pieces, he's going to be quite happy. For example, sure, he'll take that, I assume. I don't see many winning chances here, by the way. I don't see many winning chances for black. I don't see many winning chances for white, but this bishop just going to go to c3. King comes to d4. Tough to say. Yeah, I think this is just a draw. Just a draw, but white should be pressing for a win here. You know, because he has the king side expansion. But this one looks a bit boring. Let's keep taking a look. We have Fighterman91. Let's take a look at. I haven't seen his games yet. This looks like a Karo Khan. Yep, I was going to say it looked like this line. Let's get to current position though. Knight d2, a4, and who is Clunessa? Like, who does he think he is playing this on? He's down a full piece. You know, this check doesn't go anywhere because the king just runs. So if you're white here, you just got to corral this pawn. Like, queen b5 looks the simplest. Knight takes e5, queen b8 check. And you always have knight there to cover it. You know, a number of reasons why this isn't good. But yeah, what about queen b5? That's, yeah, sure. And then if the pawn pushes, you just play queen a4. This looks good. How's Grondelius doing? I haven't seen him near the top of the table, so I don't think he's doing that well. We spectated him earlier in the tournament, and we watched him lose a game. and I can tell you that I don't see him in my top 20 or top 30 for that matter. Okay, well, I'm going to go to another game because honestly, he's just down a piece. So let's check another game here. This one is still going. Looks better and better for white, though. Holy smokes. Vugar Rasulov really messed this one up. How's Eric doing? Did he win his last game? He has 6 points right now, so he won his last game. So he's playing for 7 points. He has 6 out of 8. This is a pretty serious game. But oh man, look at that time. This looks like some Hambleton time management. Ooh, he tricked him though. What a dirty move. Oh, guys. So this looks good for Eric just because he's attacking and I see opposite bishops. F4, rook g5, and he was waiting for this move. He knew it was going to happen. He planned rook takes g7. And then takes bishop f8 and queen takes d2. And white should be winning that, of course. And the problem is king there. Queen takes. Oh, just queen takes. Okay, king there. And this is winning. That's just mate. Yeah, this is just checkmate. Queen g8 is mate. Wow. Check out my fellow Canadian little plotkin. I'm checking out Eric Hansen with 7 points. How about that? I mean, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I'm not here to take over the broadcast stream, you know, just to sort of watch all my friends play. But Eric's got 6 points. Now he's got 7 out of 9. And if he wins 8 out of 10, that'll be by far the highest, you know, Chessbrah performance yet. So he's top 10 right now. Very, very good. Top 10 for Hansen. Let's, you know, hope that he can clean it out, close it out nicely in round 10. There's only one more round after this for most of these players. We're getting close to the end of the round. Let's take a look at the games we were looking at earlier. This is what I was saying when I thought that white had very good winning chances now, and black had sort of messed it up. But is it enough to win this? I don't know. I don't think so. Eric has dual citizenship. He was born in America, but he's Canadian. Or he'll identify as Canadian. Yeah, those are some nice tactics in the Hansen game. So bishop f1. Yeah, I just don't see, you know, you want to play g6, but it's tough to find a breakthrough. The only idea is like bishop e5, bring the king here, sack a pawn with g6 and bishop h5 check, but no, it's not working. No. I guess you'd have to go bishop e5. Maybe black's just shuffling. g6 check takes h6, king g8. And then try to bring the king like that. I don't know. It's the best I got. That's the best I got. Huh. Is there any way to give up the bishop for the knight here and play the opposite bishop endgame? That's another question. That's another question. Can I give up this and then sort of bring my king into the position like that? Does that actually help me? I don't think so. d4. Wow. Very committal move. I'm not sure black had to do that. That's a little concerning. Yeah. So bishop there, maybe bishop e2. And then you really get worried for black now. Yeah, bishop e2. You're threatening to take that. Whoa, he takes. Is this good? Yeah, I guess that is good. What am I saying? He just plays king to d3 and takes that pawn. But black made a real meal of this. You just check here. Yeah, this is game over. Check. Threatening to win. Have to go there, and then here, and here. And there's no catching that pawn. So let's see if he does that. Get back to the game position. Yeah, basically he did that just in his own way. Still, after taking here, I think h6 was the better move to go here and here. He's still winning here, like he's going to win the knight. Or the knight's just permanently trapped there. He's just going to walk up and take all these pawns. d4 I think he's going to play, yep. Yeah, take, take. And this is just over. bishop c3. And then take on b5. Okay. But yeah, this one is a win for white. So Palachev moves on. Fighterman, I mean, he was up the piece in this game, so he did end up converting that. He finally resigns, and who else do we have still playing? The American matchup. Oh, and there it is, a draw. It was Konrad Holt against Gadakamsky here. The All-American bout. Let's take a look at Tigran Petrosian. Everyone remembers him from doing real well in the Speed Chess Championships. And yeah, he's about to win this game, I think. He's about to play G1 equals queen. Well, he didn't even have to play King G3, but okay. Yeah, that one's over. So, things are shaping up. I think there's a few games left, so let's take a look at them. This is one of the last ones. Should be a win for black, but let's see about the conversion. Let's see about the conversion. Yeah, probably a4. Rook c5 check. That's what I would play. King d2, and now, how do you win? How do you win these positions? So the nice thing is, yeah, you can give up that pawn. Oh, I wouldn't have taken it. Now king b3, and then you build the bridge and run that pawn. No, I wouldn't have taken that pawn with white. I would have kept waiting in that position. No, you're not getting out of this one. This should be lost. If check, we have rook b2. He's not going to do that, though. He's going to go there, and then probably rook there, check. No. Okay, well, we could just take this. That's easy enough. Take there, and then check. King there, and that's, well, that would have been winning. I don't like this at all. Now this is a draw. Just play rook here. No, this is very bad. This is very bad. Now this is not winning. For black, I mean. Rook endgames are tricky. Rook endgames are tricky. Yeah, this is a known draw. He'll play it on for a little bit here. But as soon as you have the king cut off and this king very close, you play king here, rook there. Bring your rook over here, or there, it's fine. And nothing to do here. Well, guys, there you go. Waiting for the draw to be agreed. I believe this is the last game of round 9, and then we get into the real money round, you know, winner take all type of thing in round 10. A lot of people tied for first. I'll bring up the standings after this game so we know for sure. Yeah, there we go. And that'll be the draw. So, the standings as we know them. Here they are. Look at those 8 out of 9s. A lot of people can win this tournament. And then we have a couple 7.5s here. And then 7 out of 9, scrolling down a little bit, you see quite a lot of people with 7 out of 9 there, which Eric is part of. So let's see what happens in the final game. Is there still a game going? Holy smokes, these guys have the exact same endgame. That's hilarious. So they agreed to a draw, finally. So they had the exact same endgame. That's weird. Anyways, going into the last round. Here it is. Let's see. We got a lot of games that we have to watch here. You know, see who goes for a quick draw. You know, who's going to play on. All right. So we got Eric's game. We got our board 1 game between Zavan Adriadzian and Petr Palashev. Or Palashev. And then we've got Fighterman 91 and Borscht both out on 8 points. So a lot of games to follow here. Let's start with Andreasian, who's been leading the tournament the entire time. AFB, this is the best the Chessbrahs have done in Title Tuesday, I'm pretty sure. And I don't think Eric even needs to win or draw the last game for that to be true. I think it's already true. 7 out of 9 is extremely good. 8 out of 10 would crush any whatever record might exist for Chessbrah in Title Tuesday. But even 7 out of 10 is probably the most as well. How often do I do the chess stream? Well, I usually do the Title Tuesday commentary. I also have some happy hour shows, which I do on Chess.com, that are on Chess TV. I have to schedule a few of those. I've been putting them off because we're doing the Norway chess broadcast right now. The commentary on the Chessbrah stream. But I do a number of shows in general, so it's not unusual to see me on Chess TV. I have usually 2 happy hour shows per month, and Title Tuesday. Sometimes I do a show with John Urschel every Friday. In fact, I have another one coming up this Friday after Norway Chess ends. I'll be doing another show with John Urschel. So yeah, you'll see me on Chess TV if you guys tune in often. I'm on the schedule. These guys have agreed to a draw pretty quickly. So Andreasian, I mean, he worked hard. He got 7 out of 7, and then he just drew the last 3 games. Boring. Call the jury. Not interested. How's Eric doing? How's Eric doing? Yes, I'm taking an aside here to check in as a fan. Okay, he's got an interesting position, balanced, but he spent a lot of time. He's got 1.5 minutes to the guy's 3 minutes, basically. Feels bad, man. Feels bad, man. Well, I can now see what it looks like to watch myself play chess. Time pressure galore. Let's take a look at this game. These guys have 8 points. They're playing for first place. Because remember, guys, Zavin Andreasian drew, so he's 8.5 out of 10. So these guys are playing for first, and then there's another guy who could leapfrog everybody, and it's this guy, Gadim Bailey, right here, from Azerbaijan. Knight d2, king to g7. This looks like it probably came from a Berlin, Ruy Lopez Berlin, and it just looks so equal here. Not much separates the players. Might see knight e4, but no, there's not much going on here. Just going to be like doubling on the open file, maybe trading a bunch of pieces. That's about it. I'm still surprised Andreasian went for a draw, guys. What do I use in my hair? We have a hairstyling video on the Chessbrah YouTube channel. If you're genuinely curious, go to YouTube, Chessbrah YouTube channel, type hairstyling video, hairstyling vid, style your hair like a Chessbrah. We literally have a video to answer that question. Because believe it or not, a lot of people ask that. Okay, just gonna trade queens and yada yada yada. Okay, these guys are probably gonna draw. So this game looks the most imbalanced for first place. Winner of this game takes first place, basically. This Friday, like Friday the 8th. That's right, Hello Friend. That's when I'll be doing a show with John Urschel on Chess TV at 5 Eastern time, 5 p.m. Eastern. Bishop a6. Maybe rook c7 here. Yeah, rook c7 looks great. And the issue is that this bishop's attacked, and yeah, the only place to go is further and further back. And this is, oh, that's a funny looking move. I take. Let's see what happens here. Look at that knight. That's awkward. Look at that guy. I've never seen a knight like trapped the way that is. Bishop c7 would be the only move, so maybe we'll see that. Bishop c7, queen b7, and like all of black's pieces are getting trapped. Takes, takes. Knight c6. Ooh, that's a cool move. I had missed that one. Can't take it because of the pin, and if you take this free bishop, there's hang on a free bishop for black as well. Yeah, Urschel's a cool guy. We've actually got him visiting Montreal right now. Showing him around Montreal, which is a very, very fun place to visit. I don't know if Urschel's been to Montreal before. I don't believe he has. Yep, so bishop e3, there was going to be this move. And wow, that's just a good calculation there by everybody involved, really, because it seems like here white had come up with a nice move, rook a7. And then it seems like black comes up with a nice move, knight c6. And then the intermediate move by white, intermediate move by black, the save by black attacking the knight on f3, and then the nail in the coffin at the end of the variation, bishop c5. So it was actually white who calculated further than black. Queen b3. So you probably want to play queen d6. Excuse me, queen d6 here, attacking the rook. And then if the rook goes to d8, you play queen d7. Just typical sort of maneuver here. Oops. Oh, that's what he played. Okay, yeah, queen d6. Just that if you played rook e8 here, queen d7, rook f8, then you take it and you're attacking the bishop at the end, so you'd be winning. Yeah, so he had to give up a full piece. So actually, guys, what it looks like is the guy who's going to win the tournament, I think it's Fighterman91. Let's pay attention to this game. If white wins this game, then white will tie for first in the tournament. This Gadim Bailey guy. Black only has 7.5 points, but white has 8 points. So he's playing for first place with 9. Andreasian drew very quickly. So he only has 8.5 points. This Fighterman 91 guy, he looks like the best chance to win. So unless black loses this position, Fighterman right now is he's the best shot. F3. Probably king g2, rook d2, stuff like that. I like queen d3. Or actually, this move is really nice because where does the queen go? It has to go back here. Huh. Okay, he's going to bring his king up here probably. Maybe h3 here. Although h3, h4, I would play if I was black. Just to be tricky. Or he'll check first, and then he'll play h4 if king g3. Ooh, h4. He's going to do it. Whoa. Wait a minute, what? What am I missing here? h4? Which means you have to play this move. But, I mean, come on. This is not good. I give you a check. I play queen here. I'm almost I'm mating you. I'm basically mating. Guys, did black just miss a chance to win there? Wait a minute. What am I missing here? h4 is like a seriously good move. Why is he not playing h4? I don't understand. Oh, don't play it now. Oh, this is why. This is why. You can go back king g3. Yes, yes. And I was wondering why, because like h4 looks so good, but of course I'm missing the obvious that he doesn't have to go up the board. He can go back. And that was the case when the queen was on e3. So I was wondering what I was missing there. That's what I was missing. h4 doesn't work because the king just goes back to g3. And that's what this guy, Fighterman, understood the whole time, and that's what I did not understand at all. h4 looks crushing here. That's a good move as well. And this is going to be mate. Rook there and queen g5 mate. Guys, I think he just won the tournament. Let's just take a look at this game. It all comes down to this. Can white win here? Fighterman won the tournament unless white can win this position. Rook back. Yeah, rook there. g5 check. King g7. And then maybe rook c6. I think rook c6. Wow. Okay, king takes. And how is white going to try to win this? King over. Still very, very tense. Fighterman91 is taking first place at the moment, unless something changes there. This one is probably going to go for a little bit. I'm going to jump to Eric's game. Oh, this doesn't look good, unfortunately. Damn. A6. Whoa. Bishop E6. What a move. Damn. Eric lost the last round, so he finishes with 7 out of 10. Feels bad, man. Infernal Zam goes to 8 points, but I don't think 8 points is going to get anybody anything. Game drawn by agreement. Whoa. Sorry, why was this drawn? Rook takes D6? Huh? This looks like a very good move. Rook D6 looks extremely good, maybe winning. Knight E6? King E5? Game drawn? What? I mean, this is just winning for white. This doesn't make any sense to me, by the way, guys. Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand. White's just totally winning here. The rook is hanging. The knight is hanging. The only move is to trade and then take the pawn. But then that pawn just promotes. So yeah, honestly, either white was removed from the tournament for some reason, or there's something a little strange about this decision. Actually, the guy playing white is in the chat, and he says, "Oh, I did not see my c-pawn." Did not see my c-pawn. Question mark. That's what he's... No, I'm just reading the chat. He says he didn't see his c-pawn. Un poco suspicioso. We'll leave that one up to interpretation, chat. This one also looks like a draw. We're just spectating some of the games that are just finishing. But I'll just show you the standings as we have them right now, because I think nothing else affects the standings. So Fighterman91 takes first place with 9 out of 10. He gets the invitation to the Isle of Man tournament, I believe. Yeah, he should get the invitation. And a lot of people with 8.5. Where did Eric end up finishing? Top 25. There he is. 22. Number 22, but tied for 19th. But a lot of strong players here. Peter Palashev, FIDE Master, 8.5 out of 10 is just a ridiculous score. Seriously good. Yeah, but now black's going to play this King G7 up. Yeah, this is a draw. Zavin Andreasian, I mean, I think he offered too many draws. 8.5 out of 10. He was 7 out of 7, guys. I thought we were going to see maybe a 10 out of 10 performance. But, yeah, 3 draws at the end, and then it's just, that's over. Interesting. Well, this is the game ongoing. There's only a couple games left. This is the other one, which is totally winning for black here. What is he doing? Put your king back, dude. Jack, please. What do you do here? Yeah, I guess you just got to back the king out. So this game is still going, along with this one that, yep, there we go. Agreed to a draw. So this is the last game of the tournament, and then we will have the official final standings. So there's going to be checks here. king f4. This is how to win it. You put that knight on f5, and then you'll be threatening to play knight to g3, followed by checkmate in 1. So all you got to do now is move your king. So move your king here or here. Or there, sure. Check. Well, I don't like this one. Just put your king there. And then put your king there. He's making it difficult. Doesn't need to be. Then put your king here. And then here, just zigzag. That's all you need to do. Let's go there. Oh no, is he going to lose on time? Oof. Scared me here. Drawn by 50 move roll. Oh my goodness. What am I looking at, guys? This is all you need to do. This is all you need to do. Anyways, well, that's another story for another time. A lot of very winning positions that I've seen hit the 50 move roll. I'm not going to question them anymore. Fighterman91 takes first place with a clear victory. 9 out of 10 points. 8.5 out of 10 for Zavan Andriazian. And Petr Palashev taking third place with 8.5 out of 10. The prizes will be shared, though. So for those that came tied, like 2nd to 5th. As you can see from the... oops, I just exited out of Title Tuesday. In progress? Oh, it's not even going to let me... Oh, it's not even going to let me see it. That's awkward. Sorry, guys. I was going to show like the final standings again, but I actually exited out of the tournament as I was trying to click to it. Feels bad, man. But yeah, the 2nd to 5th place, I think they're going to share the prize money. Although the prize money doesn't get issued until everyone's reviewed. Fair play and all that. And the special invitation, I don't know who claims the female prize and therefore the female invitation to Isle of Man, but that'll all be released in a Chess.com article, which is nice. Oh, there we go. I can bring this on the screen. There we go. Hey, we're back. Thank you for the links. I wasn't sure if the Nargothronic one was accurate or not, so I just clicked the one Chessbay provided. But thank you, because now I'm able to really show you guys what's happening here. Fighterman91 gets the invitation to Isle of Man. It looks, if I scroll down, I'm just looking for a W in the title. Other than maybe Chess Queen. I don't know, like some of these usernames might be female. I just don't know. Unless they have a title like WGM or something, then it's clear. But there could be someone like Kosteniuk who's playing who has the GM title, not WGM. So there you go. Jazzy71. WGM 6.5 out of 10. That looks like a pretty good score. I wouldn't be surprised if Jazzy71 got the invitation to Isle of Man. Who won? It's on your screen there. Fighterman91 got first place. 9 out of 10. Very impressive performance. Very, very impressive. So, that's it. That's Title Tuesday for June, special edition. It might be, yeah, 2 Iranians getting the trip to Isle of Man. That's pretty funny. Double Iran. That is true. It looks like potentially WGM and GM from Iran both getting the special invitation. So, there we go. That's Title Tuesday. Thanks for watching, everybody. As I was saying, the Title Tuesday release will be in an article that'll let you know all the exact winners, you know, fair play and everything, prizes awarded, and who's getting the special invitation to the Isle of Man tournament later in October. So that'll be fun. As I said, I'll be doing a stream with John Urschel later this week on Chess TV, 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Friday. Also doing Norway chess coverage on twitch.tv/Chessbrah tomorrow with Yasser Sarawan, and that's going to be at 10:30 Eastern Time that we go live. Yasser and I will be on at 11 Eastern. So that'll be for Norway Chess round 8, which is getting close to the end of that tournament as well. So a lot of people fighting for the top places there. Should start to get exciting. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you guys had a good time. That was a pretty fun tournament. Appreciate all the company that y'all provide. And shout out to everyone in the chat, as well as the mods, for specifically making sure I was commentating on the right tournament to start this off. So thanks, everybody. Hope you have a good rest of the day. And please join us tomorrow on the Chessbrah channel for the next round of Norway Chess, me and Yasser Sarawan. Take care, guys, and bye for now.